Oh my God, my legs! Can't feel them anymore, they're gone! They are gone. I do not have legs anymore. What the hell is that? What the? This is by far the scariest road. Look at this. What the hell is this? There is no light. Almost no light. It's like those scary movies where, you know, a guy's just like riding into the countryside to his inevitable doom. And you as the viewer, you're like, what is he doing? Why doesn't he just turn back? Isn't there another way he can go to get home? Well, let me tell you, friends, there is no other way. This is the only way. I'm being way too dramatic. This road is actually not that bad. As I'm flicking my high beams on and off. Yeah, so what is up, guys? Oh my God, it is still cold as hell. And I am freezing. My legs are just, they just have to be amputated at this point. They're no longer useful. There's no longer any blood flow going to them. And yeah, this road is freaking dark. It is. So I've been playing this game called Slender Man, and I'm sure some of you guys know what that game is. So for lack of better words, how to describe it, it's like kind of like a it's just like a little simple video game where you go around, you collect like little notes and stuff, and there's this really freaking creepy giant lanky faceless dude that is out to get you. And in one of the games you start out in this like kind of foresty area. And this is what reminds me of that. I mean, obviously this isn't as bad. There are other people here, which is nice, lighting the way. But it's got kind of the same feel. Whenever I drive on this road at night, I'm always like, man, this is a pretty creepy road. Now you have to keep in mind, my level of like being scared, I have a very low threshold for being scared for a guy. Everything freaking freaks me out like crazy, but yet I still love horror movies. Horror movies are by far my favorite genre. I love watching horror movies, even the cheesy ones. Still get a kick out of those. It's just fun. It's just a lot of fun for me. But in real life, when presented in these situations, I am not the most calm person, let me tell you. So I was looking online, speaking of horror movies and stuff like that. There was a particular show that I loved when I was growing up as a kid. It was an MTV show, believe it or not. It was called MTV's Fear. And if you guys haven't heard of this show, you should check out some of the old episodes. I know it's like more than 10 years old at this point, and but it is gold. It is entertainment gold. So what happens is they select a group of like 5 or 6 people. They drive them out to this quote unquote haunted area, right? So they're in this haunted area, and they have like all these sorts of tasks that they have to complete. Usually alone, like one by one they'll go in. Let's say it's like an insane asylum, like someone has to go into a holding cell and stay there for like, I don't know, 30 minutes without any lights on, radio silence and everything. And keep in mind, this is the age before GoPros, right? So they had like this gigantic camera rig and harness mounted on them. So if they wanted to run away, they can't even run away all that quickly. They're just like stumbling around. It's like this gigantic full-size camcorder, all this audio equipment, flashlight, everything. But that made it so much better to watch. And it was just an amazing show. And I loved, the one thing that I really loved about that show is it just shows you, again, I take it for what it's worth. I know it's a reality show. Some of the stuff is probably scripted, but from what I could tell, man, I love how people just come together over like the stupidest things, right? Like ghosts. people just come the hell together and support one another to try to get through those challenges. But of course, the money helps, right? So that's how it worked. If you were able to complete your challenges, every person got a certain amount of money. If you chicken out, you're just basically out of the group. And if enough people chicken out, then the whole group fails because there's not enough people to complete the challenge. That show was amazing. I remember watching every single episode like candy, and I just loved the people's reactions. Especially when they get scared. Oh my god, those reactions are so funny. I remember there was this one, I think it was a guy who was like, he had to pull the tarp off of an electric chair, right? In this like crazy abandoned prison. And he's like trying to psych himself up for like 10-15 minutes trying to, get up the strength to just pull it off. And the whole time he is just absolutely freaking out. He is yelling at the top of his lungs. He goes to pull it off and it doesn't come all the way off and it just scares the piss out of him. He starts like jetting it out of there. But again, the other castmates are like, you gotta finish this. You gotta finish it. And so he did. He persevered through all that shit. Pulled off that tarp like a boss, and oh my god, he took off running afterwards. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. A grown man so scared running for his life, when in reality there's pretty much nothing there. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Check out that show, MTV's Fear. There are episodes on YouTube now for free, I'm pretty sure. It's always good for a laugh. Alright guys, stay tuned for future videos.